This is episode 11. We have a filmmaker, father, entrepreneur, Pavement founder.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and let everybody know who do we have in front of us today.
Yeah. My name is Jimmy Busbea. Like you said, filmmaker, photographer, founder of Pavement Company, and just an all-around artist. Just trying to just spread the art and
Yeah.
have fun with it.
Can I call you Jimothy? No.
Jimothy, Jimbo, Jimmy Jam, whatever you think, brother.
James.
I take it all. Yeah, James. Yeah, that's my real name, but I usually go by Jimmy.
Okay. So recently I've been seeing some of the work that you've been putting out with your what do you call them, like mini documentaries?
Yeah. So the series is called Pavement Stories.
Okay.
So that's for the brand Pavement.
Yeah.
And essentially, I'm just trying to tell these grassroots stories. Right now, it's really fight heavy, working with combat athletes, but just trying to tell their story and get it out there.
Yeah.
Some of these guys are bigger, some of them less known. And
Yeah.
regardless, like getting into filmmaking, that's what it's all about, is finding a cool story and being able to tell it in your own artistic way.
Yeah. So how long have you well, let's start from the beginning. When did you start picking up a camera and realize that this is something that you want to pursue?
So it's hard to say because, like, I grew up skateboarding.
Okay.
So we always had cameras around,
That's it.
and we started, making little skate videos.
Yeah.
Very Jackass inspired, right? Just these stupid little videos.
Sarah.
Yeah. So just skateboarding. But I got my first real camera in 2015,
Okay.
and
What was it?
it was a Rebel T3i.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. I still got it.
I feel like we start off with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them Rebel boys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that was 2015, and I just knew that I wanted to get the visuals out of my head into the world. And God, I mean, I was so green, I didn't even know how to use the camera.
You were shooting like an auto?
I didn't know what I was doing.
Okay.
Yeah, auto. But I mean, looking to YouTube and finding out how to do things and figuring it out was all part of the journey. But I got the camera because I had friends that were doing music.
Okay.
So I was like, man, I want to figure out how to start making music videos. And that was kind of like my first initial path was music videos.
Okay. That's sick. You know what's funny is that with skaters, they often lead to like these type of roles, bro. Like there's a lot of skaters that become directors. There's a lot of skaters that become like really big music videographers.
Yeah.
So like that doesn't surprise me that like kind of you like started with that sort of like background.
Yeah, totally. Just skateboarding. You're just having so much fun with your friends.
Yeah.
You got the cameras.
Yeah.
You're out and about making videos and watching all the skate videos growing up. You're just like, as a kid, like, okay, how do I start doing this myself?
Yeah.
So
who are you, like some of your favorite directors that you grew up or started like watching and being like, I kind of want to start, or who did you get inspired by, like coming up?
It's hard to pinpoint to like specific people.
Yeah.
You just take in so much content. You're inspired by people you might not even know.
Yeah.
And I think somebody that was like a big inspiration for me though was Evidence.
Okay.
So he's a rapper.
Oh wait, yeah, I think okay, go ahead.
You probably know about him. He's originally from Dilated Peoples.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, so he was a rapper, graffiti artist, skateboarder, photographer,
sick. Yeah.
filmmaker.
Yeah.
So I had been a big fan of this guy before I was even on my journey.
Yeah.
So seeing him, it was just I could relate to him a lot. Right. It was a lot of the same story that I had.
Yeah.
So he's probably my biggest inspiration to my visual style. But other guys on like the photography aspect of things is like 13th Witness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like when I ended up getting my camera and starting to shoot,
Right.
it was kind of in that like Moody Grams era of Instagram.
Okay, yeah.
It was before the video.
Right.
So that was like what I was on. I was like, I'm going to be an Instagram photographer because I ended up, going hard in the photography as well.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I was just enjoying the journey of traveling, going to different cities, just trying to get the dopest shots.
Yeah.
And so those are some of the guys that really inspired me. And what's cool about Evidence is he was really early on the Instagram wave. Okay. So already had an established rap career.
Right.
But he ended up making his page in like 2011 on Instagram real early as a photographer.
Right.
And he built his whole following as a photographer on Instagram, not as Evidence the photographer, not Evidence the rapper.
Okay. Right.
So I just thought that was so cool. And it opened my mind to being able to do so many different avenues, because I was like, if you could be an established rapper and then have this photography career, like for me, being somebody that's interested in so many things, I was like, okay, this is cool. You don't have to be in a box, and you can go to so many different, like whatever you're interested in, just pursue it and make something out of it.
I like that, bro.
Yeah.
Because I feel like sometimes when it comes to like photographers and videographers, they often put like visuals by or photography by. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
It's just then you start like kind of putting yourself in this sort of like box essentially. Because now you're kind of like, what if you don't want to continue to do like photography, right? What if you want to move into video? Or what if you want to just be your own personality? I don't know if you have ever experienced this, but like as a photographer, I feel like you kind of go through like certain phases in your life where at first you get into landscapes, right? You start doing landscapes and it's something that you enjoy doing and you probably still do. But then you start moving into portraits, and then you start moving into like, music videos and all this stuff. And it's just like a journey to be like, you start finding out like what you want to do exactly, like what you want to capture. So like with that being said, how did you go from, I guess, like shooting landscapes, right? And moving towards like the current fight culture that you're in?
That's a great question. And about being in the box thing, I have definitely dealt with that.
Yeah.
You start to build an identity in one aspect, and you feel like you got to stay true to it.
Yeah.
If I start doing this, does it match my aesthetic? So I understand that. How I got into starting to work into the combat sports world was starting the brand Pavement.
Okay.
So when I started Pavement, it really was due to what you were just talking about.
Okay.
I had started doing video and photo for work, and I felt like it was putting me in a box and taking me away creatively, where I enjoy what I was doing for people, and I love being able to bring other people's visions to life. Provide the service, but I started to lose what I was really in touch with. Like why I even started in the first place.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to create a platform where I can create the videos, the photos, and all the things that I love.
Yeah.
So I just started thinking, brainstorming. I was like, what am I into? I grew up skateboarding. I was a graffiti artist growing up.
Yeah. And the shirt's sick, bro.
Thank you. I had a background in boxing and kickboxing.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So I was just like, all this stuff comes from the street. It's all from the pavement. And that's where the name Pavement came from.
Okay.
And so my best friend, Caden Williams, who is now the co-owner of Pavement, he's a Muay Thai fighter. And I would just be on the phone with him, talking ideas like, should I do this? Should I do that? Like, where do you think I should go with this?
Okay.
And he's really tapped in the fight world.
Right.
So he's really the connection.
Okay.
For me to start working with all these professional athletes.
Right.
And we just essentially became a team where he's kind of doing the networking and I'm doing the producing.
Okay.
And I've been a big fight fan since I was a kid, and I would always watch the UFC countdown shows, and that's really like a big inspiration for the type of pieces that I'm doing for these athletes.
Okay.
I just would love, I was so captivated, and it's actually like a big reason that I fell in love with the sport is because these countdown shows that they were making were filmed.
Hyped up, huh?
Oh, so hyped up. And it just makes you have a connection with the athlete and the fighter. And I wanted to be able to reproduce that, but under our own platform.
Okay.
I didn't want to do it for a brand that was already established. I wanted to be able to do it and build something on our own.
Yeah.
So that really became the birth of Pavement Company, and we're still aspiring to branch out in other directions. Like I said, with the skateboarding,
Yeah.
it's a important part of my life that I want to shed some more light on that culture.
Right.
The graffiti.
Yeah.
It's a real underground culture, but there's so much good that comes out of it,
bro. You actually hear Merced. There's a lot of artists already.
Yeah. That, I mean, like when I was growing up, so I graduated in 2012, but in high school, it was like, it was less about like you're a cool kid if you're on the football team, but like what graffiti crew are you from? Because it was like the golden era of graffiti in Merced.
Okay.
Everybody was a graffiti artist, and I'd already been a graffiti artist since I was 11 years old.
Damn.
Yeah, so that was like my artistic background.
Okay.
That gave me the ability to really start getting into the arts, drawing.
Yeah.
But I stopped pursuing that because
it's like life happens.
Well, no.
Oh, okay.
Graffiti happens and you get in trouble. Yeah. So, getting arrested.
Yeah. Was it before they made it into like I think it's like a felony now, right? Have they turned that into a felony?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure because I got arrested like 3 times growing up for it. Like, and by the 3rd time, I was like, all right, I kind of need to like settle down and figure out an avenue for me because it's a dead end.
Right.
At least around here. If it's a bigger city like San Francisco or LA, you can maybe make more out of your graffiti career. But around here, I just knew for me, if I was chasing that, I couldn't really be me at my full potential.
Okay.
But it's still a big part of me, and I don't want to lose sight of that.
Right.
So, but that was really where I started getting my artistic background.
Okay. Okay. Do you remember your name, or you don't want to throw your name out there? I don't want to get caught up either. I don't want to.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so when I got arrested, I wrote Remix.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then originally I used to write Sebzer. That was like back in middle school to like early high school, but I can't say what I write right now.
All right.
It's still on the low.
All right. Sorry, we'll move from it.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned a while back, bro. I remember I think I was with you and Micah at the studio, and then you mentioned about you were gonna tap into like tattoos, right?
Yeah.
So like, and then you also mentioned that your dad, he's also a tattoo artist.
Yeah. So I should really say that like my artistic journey starts from there.
Okay. Yeah.
My dad is a lifelong tattooer, still tattooing. We own Main Street Tattoo in Merced, so a little shout out there. But he's been tattooing since like the late 80s. We're originally from Long Beach, so he started out in SoCal, and we moved up to Merced in '99 to help open up Main Street Tattoo. Oh, wow. And then my family ended up taking over in 2009. So seeing my dad pursue the art career, was a big inspiration for me. I was like, wow, like there is opportunity. And my brother, my older brother, Jordan, he's an amazing tattooer. He really carried the torch for that. And I didn't really pursue it. I think seeing my dad and my brother already being that, and me being the youngest child, I was like, I kind of want to find my own avenue. And that's when I ended up getting into photography and video, where I felt like I could build my own identity rather than being under the shadows. And maybe that was in my head.
Right. Yeah.
But
like it was like almost like you were like being what is it? It's like it was kind of hard fighting that, like almost like it was like destiny, like, hey, come on, like you're gonna be good at it.
Yeah.
You kept on trying to like figure out like maybe not yet.
I just don't think I had like a true calling to it.
Okay.
I have a lot of love for it, and I actually do tattoo now.
Right.
But I picked that up years later.
Yeah.
And I just added it to the repertoire of things that I like to do. So, I just felt really like I needed to build my own identity.
Yeah.
And pursue something that was really started with me.
Yeah. When do you think you started finding out like your style, essentially? Because like with any creator, right? You kind of start getting inspiration from different artists, and it kind of inspires you to do work, and it's like a little piece of people in there, But when do you start feeling like you created your? I was gonna say create your own style. It's not hard to say that. But when did you feel like you're finally like you? Like what kind of like led you there? Did you ever feel like what was like a setback where you felt like you didn't want to like pursue it anymore, or like did you ever go through that sort of emotion where you're just like maybe this isn't like for me as like a photographer, videographer?
Well, yeah, I've had moments where I was like done with it
Yeah.
many times, but I've also had many moments where I felt like this is exactly what I need to be doing.
Yeah.
And maybe that was the reaction from people that watched the video, or
Okay.
maybe that was me after I hit export. I
Okay.
felt like
Yeah.
I had created something that was
Right.
worthy.
Yeah.
But I think artists in general are pretty critical, self-critical of their own work,
Yeah.
as you should be.
Uh-huh.
It's a little bit of a balance. You got to be self-critical, but you also have to be able to take a step back and be like, you know what?
Yeah.
I think I did okay here. So there's been milestones. I don't think a significant moment, but milestones where I felt that I created something good. And I sent you a few of those pieces,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah. So doing the short film with Micah, I think that was a milestone.
Like a spaghetti western type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. That was the
drop the name so people can watch it. That was pretty good.
It's called A Picture Perfect Death in the Wild West. Micah and I created that for a film competition for road mics.
Okay.
And it was just an excuse to challenge ourselves
Yeah.
and see what we could do. And that
the production was there, bro.
Yeah, well, I think it elevated my filmmaking craft because I really had to step back and be like, okay,
Yeah.
we have to write a short film.
Yeah. Create a script. Mm-hmm.
Never really did that before.
Yeah.
And storyboard.
Yeah. Dialogue.
Act.
Yeah.
Right. We acted in it.
Uh-huh.
And my buddy Daniel Alvarez, he formerly went by Trippy Visuals.
Okay.
He runs Lover's Deli.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a great photographer too, bro. He gets sound.
Yeah.
See the stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was my road dog back in the day.
Okay.
Like when I was doing the whole Moody Grams era of photography.
Yeah.
That was my my partner. We would hit the city, go Yosemite or wherever. But he helped film that.
Okay.
So I got to give him some credit as well.
Yeah. When you how do you feel being in front of the camera, bro? You know how sometimes we're always as creators we're always behind the lens.
Yeah.
How do you feel being in front of the camera? Is that something that you want to be more involved in, or you're cool where?
100%.
Okay.
I think I accepted for a long time being behind the camera.
Yeah.
But in this day and age, you got to show face.
Yeah.
And that's something that I've had conversations with my business partner.
Okay.
Is figuring out just how I could show face more.
Okay.
What does that look like?
Yeah.
So I'm still developing that, but I think it's important. I think more opportunities will open up for you if you get in front of the camera, and you do a great job of that.
Oh, it's hard, bro.
Yeah,
it's hard. Even watching the podcast sometimes, bro.
Oh, dude.
You know when you edit your own like stuff?
Oh my god,
you hear like your voice.
Yeah.
And
oh
just
my
like,
god,
damn.
Yeah, I did a podcast with Slowburn crew.
Yeah.
Shout out Slowburn. There's someone here
Slowburn.
tonight.
Yeah.
And it was a great podcast, but you were like, oh my god, I say this certain word too much, or you become very self-critical.
Yeah.
But hey, it's good to have self-awareness too.
Yeah.
So just don't let your self-awareness hold you back from doing what you need to do.
Yeah.
So,
100%.
and I've had that issue.
I was gonna say, like, do you feel like you're an overthinker when it comes to like pushing out stuff?
Oh yeah.
Do you ever let that get in the way with like, putting out your content and your?
I can't say that I haven't let it get to me. It's definitely got to me. And I think you just have to get over it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How do you get over that?
You just have to not give a fuck. That's really what it is. Because people are gonna criticize you, and people are gonna have an opinion. Mm-hmm. That's okay. Sometimes opinions are valid.
Yeah.
You could take what people say and become better at the other end of it.
Yeah.
But I mean, you won't be better at the other end of it if you never put it out.
Yeah.
So I think just getting over yourself.
Yeah.
It's not that deep.
Yeah.
Right. We're here today, gone tomorrow. What are you gonna leave behind? So, but I'm still I'm still dealing with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel that, bro. I feel that. Especially when it comes to like nowadays. Obviously, like photography, videography is like something where you can express yourself. Whether if it's like a picture of bro, you were getting that with reflection shots for a good minute.
I know. I was looking at the rain today. I was like, this is a good opportunity. But yeah, that was my thing.
Like whether you're getting like reflection shots or whatever it is, like it's a form of expression, you know. But I feel like with the social media now, like Instagram or TikTok, you kind of get validated by like how many people shared it, how many people liked it.
So that was a big thing. I think social media can be such a wonderful tool, but it can also hold you back because I became victim of the like count.
Oh yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
Is my shit not good? Is it not? Am I not doing the right thing?
Yeah.
And I mean, social media doesn't look at your art and determine whether it's good or not. It's just an algorithm game. So if you want to play the algorithm, play the algorithm.
Yeah.
But if you just want to put something out, I mean, I used to get way more interaction.
Yeah.
But they changed the algorithm,
Yeah.
and then things will drop, and that's been like, fuck, I gotta adjust my content.
Yeah.
But then it starts to shape how you make content.
Oh, big time, bro.
Right?
Big time, yeah.
So you're not even making the type of stuff you want to make anymore. So finding a balance of playing the social media game and still making what you want to make. Yeah.
At least like whenever I see that you drop a video, bro, I already know it's going to be quality.
Thank you.
I'm like, cool. Like James just dropped something, so it's going to be good. And it's either like in horizontal format, so I can, I'll just move my phone. I'll just tilt it.
I heard you talking about that. Angela, right?
Did she say? Oh,
no. On your guys' podcast, you had asked her if she shoots like primarily vertical or horizontal.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, I'm such a horizontal shooter. I can't get on board shooting vertical, man. I'll crop in if I have to, but I'm like, make videos horizontal again. Make the platform cater to horizontal video because
it's hard, right? Like when if you were to do it vertical, you have to like zoom in, and now you have to arrange the composition differently, like according to what like the horizontal one was.
So and I just think it like to me it kind of throws the composition off. Now everything's center punched.
Yeah,
can't really use the rule of thirds the same way.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I noticed that with your interviews.
Yeah.
Like when I was watching the last fighter you just interviewed, what was his name?
Howard H.D. Davis. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like I noticed that. You had him on the left side and then you were showcasing like the background.
Yeah, I just think it gives more depth to the image. Yeah. And when doing like the interview, I feel like that's also part of telling the story, depending on the background, right? So like for him being a professional fighter,
right,
I wanted to show the depth of the gym that he trains at. So if I had like center punched him, you kind of don't even really pay attention to that, but I wanted to show the bag swing, like everything going on, and it just helps tell the story. So but you could always, just shoot whatever you want to shoot and adjust it to whatever platform you're putting it on. So
yeah, it depends. It's all like, obviously whoever, it's personal taste, obviously.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What would you say is your I guess like if somebody were to like, what kind of makes you stand out, you feel like with your work? Like, is there something that you kind of like pride yourself with? Like whenever you create like the storytelling or your visuals, I don't know if you do this intentionally, but like I noticed that with your videos, there's like a warm, dark tone to it,
Yeah, I wasn't even going to say that, but yeah, totally. Maybe that's just me,
right,
as an artist, just kind of like, I don't know, like with the videos, it's kind of trying to invoke a little bit more of an emotional touch to the viewer,
right,
to connect with whoever I'm filming,
right.
But even with my own personal stuff, it always going to have that maybe moody Graham's tone. It's not very like happy.
Yeah.
And maybe I just pull inspiration, like as an artist, from that emotion. Right. So maybe I got like a kind of a sadder undertones to some of my things, but I don't really know what makes me stand out. I think for like video, to me, pacing is everything.
Okay.
That's like the most important thing to me is like, how do you pace a video?
Right.
So sound design is very important. I'm sure you've had this issue, but finding the right track
Oh, bro, I feel like that's like the hardest part.
And I
Editing.
some people can just throw on a track,
Mhm.
start editing. Like, dude, it holds me back sometimes for like days,
Yeah.
weeks. I'm like, and I'll get like
The work done.
X amount into a certain song, and I'm like, this is just not it.
Yeah.
And I have to start from ground zero. I'm like, this is just not the right tone.
Yeah.
And I think tone is, like I said, with pacing, but tone is also extremely important because um, maybe I just try to invoke what I was feeling in the moment. So I try to make sure, also for the person that I'm interviewing in the video,
Yeah.
I want to be able to make sure that their story is being reciprocated in the right tone.
Yeah.
So music's extremely important to that.
Yeah.
And I can't
Big
put
time.
the wrong song onto their video because the vibe will be off.
Yeah. Yeah. So recently I did a music video with Slowburn.
Mm-hmm.
And what I was going to tell you was that I think it's dope how you kind of stepped out of the box because there's always been like a formula for music videos here, at least in the Central Valley,
Right.
where you kind of have like certain elements that people tend to do often.
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw that music video, I was like, damn, this dude did like a short film for them. Like, what was that about? Did you, what was the process for it? Did you create like a storyboard or was it just?
Kind of, yeah. So they had hit me up to do a music video.
Okay.
And they had sent me a song. I actually had went over to their crib and
Yeah.
we just listened to the song. And I was like, do you guys have anything in mind? Anything you want to do? And they were like, bro, we just want you to
Create it.
do you. And I was like, damn, okay.
You're like, I've done the help.
All right. But when I heard the song that we did, Element, I don't know if they're performing it today, but it just gave me this like weed door-to-door salesman vibe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, oh, like that's just what I came up with.
Yeah.
And they also, I got to give them credit too, because they helped come up with some of the scenes, but that was essentially like the idea that we came up with. And then it just came to execution. And like you said, a lot of music videos are just location, location, cut, cut, chop, chop, effect. And sometimes that's dope. Like sometimes I like that.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with it.
No. Sometimes some of my favorite music videos are like that. But I just wanted to be able to like really put my artistic touch on it. And I was like, so we do the door-to-door salesman with the weed.
Yeah.
And so we'll just do it like you guys are roommates getting ready for the day. We're going to go door to door. We're going to be selling our weed. You get robbed. You know the guy that robbed you.
Yeah.
You end up smoking a blunt with them, and then you just finish your day at the lake. And this is just the day in the life of it's just some salespeople, bro. So I wanted to be a little funny, right? Like have a little bit of a comedic touch to it, but also like challenge myself to create something in my cinematic skills too. So
right.
Yeah.
Do you feel like composition is something that you mess with heavy?
Yeah, big time. I've been less about camera movement and more about composition.
You like tripod shots?
Yeah. I think for filmmakers out there or aspiring filmmakers, you like get a gimbal and then you overly depend on it.
Yeah.
You're like, I really don't even need a gimbal for half the stuff I do. Just knowing the shots that you do need it for is important, because I did use it on a few of the shots, but a lot of times, if you have a good composition, you can portray a great video better than just wild camera movement. Yeah. So, because when you watch movies, so earlier you had asked me about like inspirations, and this may be a little cliche, but Tarantino.
Yeah, there we go.
Come on, let's go.
I was waiting. I was like, I know you're a fan, bro.
Come on, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But a lot of times it is still shots, right? But the composition's really cool. Yeah. Maybe there's like a camera zoom, which I definitely have implemented a lot. Yeah. But when you start trying to make your work look more like movies, watch movies, and realize that the camera movement needs to be, how do I say, it needs to be part of the story. Okay. So you don't move the camera just for the sake of moving the camera. Yeah. It has to have meaning behind it.
Yeah,
So
you don't.
why are you moving the camera? How fast are you moving the camera?
Yeah, yeah. Every movement has meaning.
Should. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
But I ain't gonna lie, half the times I'm running and gunning
Yeah,
and I'm just doing stuff and then I just edit it accordingly. So
right. But going in, you're like, all right, I'm gonna do this. So
yeah,
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 I get that, bro.
yeah.
I think I feel you because I feel like in 2019 or 2020 there was like that movement. Well, it wasn't a movement, but it was like a craze with like uh gimbals, right? Everybody had a gimbal. Everybody was excited. Everybody was using it,
Mm-hmm.
and all the shots were like gimbals, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then it's like when you use the gimbal less, and there's a scene that has a gimbal, it just makes that shot more powerful because it's like everything is like, you know, composed, tripod, everything good, and then you have that movement, and you're like, oh, what's going on here? Kind of speaks more.
Goes back to have meaning behind your shots,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, it's a great tool.
yeah.
I definitely wouldn't sell like get rid of my gimbal.
Oh, hell no, it's,
You
yeah,
need to have it. Sometimes, like depending on the job, I'm sure you can relate to this, but showing up with more gear makes you look more valuable.
oh, right, yeah, yeah,
But we know, me and
yeah.
you know,
Like we could just shoot it just handheld. Yeah,
I can make something dope with very minimal gear.
yeah.
Gear does not make your content. Like
Oh,
it
dude.
is a tool to help you make better content, but
Yeah.
you don't show up with FX3 and all of a sudden you're that guy.
Damn.
It
Damn. Damn.
I want an FX3. That's
Oh,
why that's the
bro.
first camera that came to my mind. But
Bro.
but
Yeah, yeah,
you have to, like, bro. I was making cool stuff with the T3i,
yeah. No, 100%, bro.
and you also got to think 90% of the audience
Yeah.
has no idea
They
what
don't.
gear you're using.
They don't know what a
But
full frame is,
no,
crop sensors, bro.
they don't know none of that. But
Open gate.
for your client's sake,
Yeah.
sometimes showing up and oh, this guy has this, and that. I remember all the time, like when I was shooting music videos in the hood,
Yeah.
they would always be like, "Oh, bro, you ain't got a drone. You ain't showing up with the drone." Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, like it's cool. The drone's cool.
Yeah. But I don't need it.
Yeah, I don't even think I used a drone for the Element video.
I don't
It was just wasn't necessary.
Yeah.
But I love drones. They're
Bro, the
dope.
one thing with music videos is that anytime somebody brought a gun, I always had them make sure like the clip was empty. Because I wasn't a big fan. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan. Because they, obviously you got to get that shot. But I always like make sure like, hey, bro, like let's just make sure like it's
Yeah.
empty.
Well, I kind of changed who I'll work with for music videos,
Yeah.
and
Well, this is like the beginning, bro. I was like taking every gig that I
I was
could
doing that too.
at the
Yeah,
time,
yeah, and that was a big discouragement for me was working with certain artists because, like I said, I
Yeah.
started in the music video game, and around here,
Right.
there's not like a whole bunch of artists, so you're working with a limited bunch,
Right.
and I think people, unfortunately, around here
Okay.
have a mentality of not paying.
Oh, I was gonna say pricing. Yeah, yeah, okay. I was wondering where you're going with this, bro. Okay.
I was just trying to find a way to say it right.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. I feel that.
and it made me feel like I didn't have value because these people didn't want to pay me, and I felt like I was being fair.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just unfortunately the location that we're in is gonna limit us to an extent.
Yeah.
If you're trying to pursue the music, because like I wanted to
Right.
just make music videos, and that was it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do anything else. I wanted to make it as a filmmaker in music videos, and around here, people were trying to lowball me or make me work more than I could for the price that I gave them,
Yo.
and it made me fall out of love with it. So I decided that I'm only going to do music videos for the most part. I'll still work with people, but for artists that I believe in.
Yeah.
So that's when I really started working with the underdogs.
So,
Shout out my brother Arsoul and Iron Chef Wheeze. They were making music that I liked.
right.
So it was so easy for me to.
Yeah, it made it fun.
Yeah, and I developed a relationship with these guys, and rap is a spectrum. So there's different genres of hip hop, and they were more in line with the type of music that I listened to.
Yeah.
And they were just really cool guys.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I want to make music video for you guys, and that's how I ended up working with them and developing a relationship with those guys. And Our Soul, I don't know if you're too familiar with him. But
You just did a show in the Bay, right? Recently?
yeah, I tried to get out there, but I was having some car issues. Uh, he's a great filmmaker,
Yeah.
and I think locally he's a big inspiration for me.
Yeah.
His style is
Right.
he, he's dope.
I think it's
Very
cool
dope.
when artists tap into that side too. Like we mentioned earlier, staying in a box, but
Mhm.
like you essentially just start becoming a part of your craft, right?
Right.
Because I'm sure he had like a visual of like, I want this to happen, and I don't know who I can trust to make it happen.
But me.
So then you just do it, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a big thing too, is like it's hard to find the right person
Yeah.
for you. So sometimes you have to become that person.
Yeah.
Most times you have to become that person. Um, but I think just expanding your circle,
Yeah.
meeting other artists, networking. I love what you've been doing, bro. I just got to give you the credit.
Thanks, bro.
I don't see you a lot,
Yeah.
usually through passing, but what you've been able to create with the Central Valley Film Club and
Thanks.
the photo walks, bro, like that has been such a big inspiration for me.
Bro, you got to come out, man. You got to come out at one.
Oh, bro, I'm sorry that I haven't been there yet,
Yeah.
but
It's cool.
like
Yeah.
I've been rooting for you,
Thanks,
you guys on the side, and
Yeah.
I think community is extremely important. So for you to be able to open this great facility that you have
Yeah.
to people from all different stages and be encouraging, like I think as an artist, you always just want to be able to have an impact
Yeah.
and share the craft. So for you to be able to create a platform to do that, man, I love that. And you going to Fresno and doing that, and hey, man, you're getting the recognition too, because I saw like I don't know what news channel, but Fresno covering you.
Yeah, bro, it was CBS.
Yeah, that's got to be a great milestone for you, right?
Honestly, bro, yeah, like I feel like I can relate to you a lot, man, because I've been also victim of like people of looking at the likes, right? Looking at the likes, the shares, and all that.
Yeah,
So like when you reach that milestone where you feel like, okay, like this is what I'm doing is important, what I'm doing is impactful. It does feel really good, bro, and I appreciate you like letting me know, man, because like peer to peer, like that's
right.
that means a lot, bro.
Of course, man. Yeah, and I think that's what it's all about. Um, I don't really ever like to look at what I do and compare it to other people
Yeah, don't. Yeah,
because as an artist, I'm just trying to compare myself to me,
yeah,
and it's my own unique form of expression.
yeah,
Even though we use the same tools,
yeah.
you got your own way of doing it. I got my own way of doing it.
I mean, you're a Canon shooter, bro.
Canon, sorry, man. I know you're a Sony guy. I want to make the switch, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They have good glass though. Canon has some great glass, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a great two-in-one camera, photo, video.
yeah,
I like their color profile, but I don't really care about cameras, to be honest. I really don't. I'll use whatever.
Yeah.
Sony, Nikon,
yeah.
Canon. I'm not brand loyal at all. I just bought a Canon,
You're right.
and it was like, okay, well, I'm gonna get another Canon because I already have a lens.
Yeah.
So it just led me down the Canon path. But once I get some big bucks, maybe I'll be different.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Don't go Fuji on me.
hey, I'm not that bougie. I'm not bougie for Fuji, bro. Yeah. But yeah, dude, and we had met up. It was probably 2020.
It was before the pandemic.
It was before the pandemic.
Pre-pandemic.
Pre-pandemic, and it was at
the car dealership, bro.
The car dealership. And I remember you inviting me and Micah over, and yeah, I wish I would have used that opportunity more to like collab with you. We just never have. I would love to in the future.
No, bro.
I'd work with you.
That'd be so cool, man.
Yeah.
I don't know why it hasn't happened yet, but we should definitely do like collabs soon.
Yeah, I've been kind of to myself lately. I haven't really been out into the community in terms of photography and video. I've kind of, I don't want to say alienated myself,
I mean,
but
you're also a dad too, though.
that's a big thing.
Yeah.
The greatest thing, but it's an adjusting your passions and what you're trying to chase to also being a father and being there for them, because that's, at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. But I'll say becoming a dad brings a lot of clarity. So before having my son, I think we talked about it a little bit earlier, is you don't realize how much time that you have.
Yeah.
And I didn't utilize my free time
Okay.
to my full capability.
Right.
So now being a dad, you have very limited free time.
Yeah.
So I think becoming a father just brings a lot of clarity to what's important to you and what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And for me, that was for sure like a pivotal moment where I was like, okay, do I quit doing video and photo and just get like a day job, normal job?
Yeah.
Which is no shame in that at
Yeah.
all.
No. Yeah. Not at all. Right.
A lot of times I feel like I still should.
It funds a lot of like projects too.
Yeah, right. But so for me, like it narrowed down what I'm actually trying to do with my video and photo, and that just circles back to Pavement Company. Like for me, being able to build a brand, stay in touch with everything that I'm passionate about, and put it all under the same umbrella.
Yeah,
and that's where I'm at.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah.
What's crazy is that when we met at the dealership,
Yeah.
I feel like that was the start of all three of our like careers, like path.
You're talking about me,
you, and Micah.
Yeah.
Because at the time, like I just had like a vague idea of like I want to do like documentaries, right? Or I want to do like essentially like what we're doing now. And then Micah and you at the time, like I think you guys
we were super tight at the time. But still my boy, but like we were like working super tight. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like cool seeing like how from that time to now, like we created that path for like ourselves, you know?
Right.
Like it's dope seeing that, man, because like out here, the thing that I do really love about the film club, Central Valley Film Club, is that I feel like you do have a community and you don't feel alone. Like you have your people you can shoot with and have fun with. So it's like now that we're like in our own like place, you know, like you have your community because you're creating community. Like with that video that I saw, like I felt like with that fighter, it kind of gave me more of an insight of who he is and what he's about. And then I'm just like, damn, like this is like Florida, right? Like this is like Miami, like it's like
Miami
it's crazy,
area.
bro. And like I would have never known anything about him if it wasn't for that video. I started feeling like, okay, like I want to root for this guy, type of thing, you know. So I think that's dope, man. I think it's dope how like we're creating our own thing here in the valley. It's not the easiest thing because out here you got to make your own thing.
Yeah.
You find power in numbers for sure. But like when you're creating like from ground level to like, you know, to like from nothing to something, it's a difficult thing to do.
Totally. And we're not in a hub. Yeah. We're not in the Bay. We're not in LA.
Yeah.
There's just little pockets.
Yeah.
And we're in this little pocket and it's hard because most people around here don't think the way you and I do.
Yeah.
Which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But trying to chase the artist life.
Yeah. It's a long
in a small town, it's a little challenging.
Yeah.
And that's why for me expanding out is extremely important. And like you said, with building community, for me that's super important for Pavement.
Yeah.
Is I want to be able to connect Howard H.C. Davis with Buddy Wallace.
Yeah.
Broward County with Oakdale, California.
Yeah.
You know, get these people to have opportunities that, hey, you can come out here, you have a home, we can go out there, we have a home, and just fill the gaps in between and become nationwide, global. That's the goal.
Damn.
So
worldwide.
Yeah, worldwide, Mr. Worldwide. Yeah, I was out in Miami, so I was filming my Pitbull. So
that's sick, bro. That's like you were out in Miami when you shot all that. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
sick. Yeah.
I didn't send you the video, man. I don't know if you're a gamer, but I recreated the GTA 6 trailer.
I think I saw it. I don't know if it was on your IG.
Yeah.
It gave me that vibe. I just posted it up.
Yeah, that was an afterthought when I got there. I was like, I'm a gamer, so I was like, I've been waiting for GTA 6. I was like, I'm in Miami. I'm in Vice City. I got to recreate the trailer, so
that's sick.
I had to do that. But yeah. Something I wanted to say with the video and photo is when getting into it, you might not know like what direction you want to go with it. You want to go weddings, you want to go music videos, you want to go portraits, whatever it is. You could do all those avenues, but really the way that I started looking at a camera was a key lock.
Okay.
Or a key to a lock that could open any door that I'm trying to get through.
Yeah.
Because as long as the work's there, the quality's there.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys just experienced this. I seen what you guys did for Big Dog fighting.
Oh, Big Dog. Yeah. That was crazy.
I was super stoked. I seen you were there too. My guy right there. Yeah. You guys did a really good job.
It was crazy, bro.
Dude, and that was the first time you guys did that?
Yeah, and then bro, the fucking setup that I had, bro, shoulder broken. Like the rig, man.
Oh yeah, dude.
The rig, bro, with the battery, the V mount. But it was fun, man. Like luckily I have Angela Astolfo and then the homie Pete. We were able to like make it happen. And it was the first time, bro. It was the first time. So.
How was that for you, if you don't mind me asking? Like, was that intimidating?
I didn't find it intimidating. The only thing that I found was what's the word? I just felt like it was definitely a learning experience because like now I'm gonna make this rig lighter. You know, like with any gigs that I do, I always go excited. And it's just like, let me find out the layout. Where am I gonna be walking at?
Yeah.
Who am I gonna be recording? What's the lighting like? But when you're a part of a team, though, it kind of alleviates a lot of stress from like, all right, cool. Angela has that corner, Pete has that corner. But if I was going in there alone, yeah, it would have been intimidating. Like, would have been scary.
Right. I think they got so lucky to have the team that you guys assembled to show up because that was their first.
That was their
first.
Yeah.
My business partner, best friend.
Yeah.
He's trying to fight for them. So he's been in contact with LeVar Johnson, who's the promoter.
Yeah.
So I was already knowing about the show. I was keeping up with it. And then when I seen you guys show up, I was like, those are my guys, man. That's tight, dude. I was super stoked to see you guys out there.
Yeah.
And you, like, from the photo to the video you guys did, I was like, dude, these guys got lucky because that looks better than a lot of shows that I see locally, these smaller shows that are already established. I was like, dude, you guys did, like, the quality.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, bro.
And
I gotta thank Angela for sure. Angela was like, she started editing that night.
See, that's
that fucking night.
I think that was one of the biggest things that was dope for them is because you guys produced it like fast, like straight to the point, and that's something that like I need to get better at.
No, actually, no, you shouldn't. No, because that's one thing that I'm like, we should. Angela was super excited. She was super excited. I'm glad she delivered it. I'm glad I didn't have to edit it. But like for sure, when it comes to like work, I feel like we should give ourselves time because, like, that's like stressful, bro.
Of course, it's just when working with like companies.
Yeah,
they're paying you. They're like, you need this shit right now.
Yeah.
So,
no, but I feel like, bro. Thanks, man. It was fun. It was fun. It was crazy though because it was bare knuckle.
Right. Yeah, I know.
So like, I'm like recording, but I'm like watching the fight. And just hearing like the punches connect,
it's different, man.
Wow.
Yeah. So Howard H.D. Davis, the guy that I worked with, he fights for like the premier organization in bare knuckle. So he fights for BKFC.
Yeah.
He was the main event this past Thursday at Hollywood, Florida.
Yeah.
And you had Shaq there, you had Connor there, Aiden Ross, Lil Pump, like all this other names too. But like those are like some of like the bigger names. Shaq's actually one of his sponsors.
Oh wow.
So he got into connection with Shaq. So for me to be able to start working with people of like this caliber was like super cool. But I gotta give a lot of like credit to HD because he's been just nothing but super graceful and did more for us as a company than we asked for him.
Yeah.
And we built more like a friendship rather than just a sponsorship.
Yes.
So and that's what we want to be able to do with everybody we work with.
That's what's up, bro. I mean, the qualities are, bro. Production wise, the visuals, they look like something that I would probably see like I think it's like Showtime that does like the boxing stuff now.
I mean, that's half the stuff I'm watching. So
yeah, it's all.
I'm already thinking in that way,
man.
Right, yeah.
All right. With everything being said, bro. Is there any advice that you would give somebody who's trying to be where you're at now? Or is there advice that you would give your younger self, like, to move forward?
Well, to my younger self, I mean, maybe this will go to other people as well, but don't wait on it.
Yeah.
I had a big issue with that.
Yeah.
A lot of times I felt like things would just happen for me.
Yeah.
Because I was always naturally talented at whatever I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I always thought things would just fall on my lap, which is stupid. You know that they won't, but I got away with that sometimes.
Yeah.
But I also let that hold me back from being further than where I want to be right now.
Yeah.
So advice to my younger self is go after it and make every day count.
Yep.
Don't wait.
Yep.
Just get it every day. Put a little bit of effort because it compiles and stacks up and compounds. Yeah. And advice for anybody that wanted to do like what I'm doing is essentially the same advice, but maybe if it's not even what I'm doing, but you're just going after something and you're trying to chase it, is just lead with passion. I think it's the most important thing, and continue to enjoy the process. I think that's something that's
heavy.
Most people don't realize because we're always looking at the end product. Yeah. But for me, the process, the journey, when you look back, that's really what I think about. So make that enjoyable. Enjoy the process. Enjoy the work. Do the work. Stay consistent. And if you really care about it and you love it, you can't fail, because even if it doesn't immediately or ever get to where you hoped it would be, at least you spent all that time working on something that you love. And if you just stay true to your passions, you can't go wrong. So that's it.
Damn, bro, that was beautiful, man. Is there anything else, bro, that you want to say that I didn't get a chance to cover, or something that you thought about on the way over here?
No, but I wanted to. Hold on, I gotta move this mic.
All right, let's see.
I just wanted to come bearing gifts.
Whoa.
I got you.
What we got here, bro?
A tea here.
Ooh. Okay, let me listen to that. Oh, bro, the graphics look sweet. Did he make this? You designed it?
Yeah, so I didn't mention that earlier, but...
All right, Ricky, can you see it? Let's look at it real quick. Damn, bro, that goes hard.
Yeah.
Like the chrome.
Yeah, the quality of the tea is crazy, too.
Damn, bro, the shirt feels nice, too.
It's nice and heavy, so...
What is it, Shaka wear?
Close.
This is good.
Similar thread count, but not Shaka. No.
Damn. Where could we find you at? And where could people find your merch?
Yeah. So my personal, James Busbea on Instagram.
Okay.
The brand is Pavement Company, but on Instagram it's Pvmnt Co. And the website, same thing, pvmntco.com.
Okay.
You can get that shirt that I just gave my boy.
Yeah, it's a gas shirt, bro. Dope ass shirt.
But yeah, so starting the brand, that was a thing. I became a graphic designer.
Yeah.
So here I am. I made this T2.
That goes hard.
And that's just another thing. So that's it, man.
All right. Well, thanks, bro. Well, thanks for coming out today, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Hey, cheers to that, brother.
Cheers, bro.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. You've been killing it. Great platform. Great spot.
Hey, what's the square root of bullshit and hopelessness? Let's get to the bottom of it. Here we go again. What are my coordinates? What is the ordinance? Ringing around way too long, like Christmas ornaments. Getting high, Cheech and Chong. I can't afford the rent, can't afford to live. Is my worst fear. Like next to that is being strung out when my mama calls. If these raps never even make a profit, then I'm the nonsense I live. So mind your business. If you're tripping how I earned a living, it's time to visit a therapist. Maybe get you a hobby. I don't know, I'm just talking. What's the square root of hating? Jealousy, flying so high, all that shit's under the radar. Time goes by, keep working till the day's gone. My oh my, I hope you find your patience. One more time, on more than one occasion, I'm gone. Phase, Slowburn. Let them know.
Everything major, come on.
Yeah.
I said, hey, play the beat, I speak my piece, I hope it goes so far. And if they don't believe, then watch them sing, cause this is Noah's Ark. Saw inside my wounds, inside the womb, and I was born a scar. How you go battle me, the struggle, who we supposed to spar? Neural networks doomed and damaged since adolescence. Took a gram of shrooms, now I'm feeling like I'm mass selected. Who I let in rooms, give a fuck if your ass offended. Why would I follow you, just look at your last direction. Took influence from the OGs in the movies. As a youngin' we was sitting around. I remember walking to school together. Now it's clear to me that we took different rounds. I wonder if they remember me. I wonder if they listen now. I was 12 years old sitting on that porch, and then I seen a truck skirt away through alleyways trying to get away from port. Hold on, wait, I know those faces from that home invasion. They took our TV, jewelry, and any dough we saving. From that moment forward, knew I was in store for more. I ain't want my kids to grow up poor. God, I know he opened doors and relieve me with my endorphins. Have me ready in the morning. I accept the sins I'm born with. Burn away with joints of scorching looks. See, these are the type of joints that make me want to disassociate. I know my faith. Heaven's gates, I know he wait. Ladies and gentlemen, we go by Slowburn Crew. I go by Mage. I'm going to let my brother introduce himself too.
I go by the name of Donnie Blue. Like he says, my brother Mage. We're a Slowburn Crew from Atwater, California today. We're very happy to bring you guys some music from our last few albums, Frequent Flyers Volume 1 and 2. We're also going to show you guys some never heard before music from Volume 3. Shout out to Cienojo, shout out to THC, shout out to E, shout out to every one of you here. Y'all ready to keep it going or what?
Yeah.
What?
Bring it up and bring it. Hey, how the fuck we feeling inside? Is we feeling good? Is we feeling in our element?
What?
I said,
Hey, what?
How the fuck y'all be sitting down?
What?
It's Slowburn in this bitch. Y'all better
What?
get up in your
Hey,
element.
what's the hold up lately? I just took an elegant in and out of pockets like double dutch in my spark. Peep the profit margin. Can't afford my hobbies. Now I'm sideline watching. Move with caution. I can't function with misconduct. Criticize. Cut the family ties. Rest in peace to petty rhymes. Renaissance. You are not allowed to rhyme if you rent a stance for the enterprise. What defines you? The pain or the profit? The plane or the flyer? The cage or the fighter? Cause the flames are getting higher and the fame is not an option. If you stay, the chains get comfortable. Still on the move, I run on fumes. Permanent to tell the truth. It's cold outside, so cover up. I can't decide how many fucks to give. 2, 3, 4. Fuck it, man, I get none. Let it go, keep breathing till it's coast to coast. I'm seeing with the boats on the marina and the scenic route to get around. Just a kid that's from a town. Making beats, I'm feeling found.
Hey, I'm in my element. Break down the process, now she tell us I'm a Hellenist. Hey, I'm in my element. I'm still indulging in that doja, I ain't selling this. This shit got me in my element. Like what? Hey, this shit got me in my element. Damn. Hey, this shit got me in my element. Up in the dojo daily, I can't take it elegant. I don't need to see your vision, especially if you ego tripping. I ask God to speak through me, just so my folks clearly listen. I'd rather you speak your piece, you rather be submissive. I still talk all my shit if the beat go missing. Acapella if I have to, I could tell you never had to. Do what you got, what you have, it's always less than half. Work ethic worth more than twice of what you thought. It's a couple bills I got, I'ma finish before I start. In my sleep paralysis state, wrestle demons trying to place. Balance beaming all up in my team and DNA. Bring the semen to your face. If you really hate the flow, you need to bite it. You might bite the curse and you might just get hurt. Say, alright, I'm out my element. I read the Bible, roll a joint and then I'm back again. Damn, what? Probably roll exotic, maybe in a cup. I probably won't get started, but I'll finish it. Hey, I'm in my element. Break down the process, now she topless, I'm in Hellenist. Yeah, I'm in my element. I'm still indulging in that doja, I ain't selling it like, hey. This shit got me in my element like, what? Hey, this shit got me in my element, let's go. Hey, this shit got me in my element. Up in that dojo daily, I can't take it elegant.
Yeah. How y'all feeling tonight?